No, this is weird. I just pulled over. Police just happened to be behind me. They just happened to pull over. What? You didn't pull me over. I just stopped. She's following me. So you're saying that you're pulling me over right now? Piece of cop right here. I pulled over. Now he's saying he pulled me over.
No visible plates on the vehicle.
My plates are visible.
Okay.
My plates are
once
visible.
I got directly behind you. From where I was, I couldn't see it.
So are you? Which one are you stopping me for? If my plates are visible, you just confirmed that they're visible. You're not stopping me for invisible plates, right?
Initially, it was for the plates.
Okay. Now that you've seen my plates, can I just carry on about my business?
You may not.
So you're saying you have two valid reasons for stopping me,
Correct.
but you did not stop me, sir, because as I said, I pulled over and then you pulled over behind me. 1 second. When I was driving, the green car was directly behind me. Right. You were behind the green car.
My ability to get
so
behind you.
When I pulled over, I was already over. You had not signaled at that point, which means you did not pull me over. It was not a moving violation.
She was in front of my vehicle, making it impossible for you to see my emergency lights.
I could see you very clearly because I was wondering why you were following her.
We're on the same page. So is she traveling with you or what's?
Sir, I'm going to tell you this. What I can provide you is driver's license.
Okay.
If you need insurance reference, if you need registration, I'm happy to help you with all of those things.
Absolutely.
I will not answer any other question. I find this to be egregious. I shockingly get pulled over an awful lot.
You do?
Shockingly.
Not by me though, right?
By guys who look just like you in the same uniform. Shockingly, I get pulled over an awful lot. For some reason, I have so many opportunities to interact with law enforcement. So frequently.
The reason for the stop.
And you know good and well this is no contribution to the society. Pulling me over saying that I haven't signaled. Actually, you didn't pull me over. I pulled over myself. You were stalking me.
Okay. You're certainly entitled to feel that way.
I'm like, when does it stop? Jesus Christ. I'm like, do you really wake up in the morning and feel like you're serving people?
Does this all still get information on your ID here? Is this all still good, or has that changed? Do you think you're helping me?
I'm not here to help you. I'm the taxpayer.
What?
Me too. It's like...
Go back here a second for me.
Pardon?
Point on the car a second for me.
Get out of the car?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're on the sidewalk.
No, I haven't drank at all.
You haven't drank at all?
No, sir.
I'm gonna make sure you haven't drank.
I'm just picking them up.
Sure. I smell alcohol. I'm making sure it's not you.
You want to?
I'm not gonna get that close to smell your breath. I just smell alcohol in the car. I can't tell if it's you or if it's them.
Oh no, I picked them up. I just picked them up.
And I'm gonna do a few tests to make sure you're all right to drive. All right?
Sure.
See this pen? You wearing contacts or anything?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm wearing contacts.
Okay. Just follow it with your eyes. Don't move your head. Okay? Don't move your head.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't move your head.
I've never drank in my entire life. I don't.
Okay, well, I don't know that talking to you from inside the vehicle, okay?
I understand that.
Are you going to follow this? Now, why are you giving me a difficult time when I'm trying to help you out with your tags?
Officer, I would never...
You want to play this game if you want to contact your attorney when I'm trying to help you out?
No. I never said I would contact my attorney. I said that my attorney advises me never to engage you in conversation because I don't know the purpose of the conversation. Meaning, the only questions I should answer are license and registration.
Well,
everything's up to date, and I have nothing to hide whatsoever, and I just don't know the purpose of the question. So you asked me about my parents. I thought it was peculiar.
How does that have to do anything with a lawyer and being a criminal act or anything like that?
Because I haven't done anything. I figured you just stop me, say, get some tags and go on. 27.
27. How many times have you used a lawyer in your life?
Many times. I run a company.
Okay.
7 yard road, cross
Hang here a second.
Okay, thank you.
The tag's supposed to be out to identify your vehicle. So just get it taken care of, all right?
Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
You're just trying to collect information from me.
What I'm trying to get at is where this vehicle was registered, and you're not answering simple questions.
It's
I'm not
registered
asking
in
any
California.
incriminating questions. I'm asking questions about to see where this vehicle came from, when it was registered. You're driving through the state of Pennsylvania with no registration tags on this car, which is illegal.
I'm telling you that the car's registered in California. The dealer plates came with the car when I purchased it, and I drove it off of the lot. So I produced my insurance. My license is current.
All right, all your information checks out, sir. Just pull out safe. Okay?
This is ridiculous. The police just stopped to inspect my car. I'm just parked.
Good afternoon, Police Department.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm calling because I had a vehicle that I observed a police officer inspecting, and I'm calling to find out what the purpose of this was.
Okay, your name?
My name is Mark.
Your last name, Mark?
My name is just Mark. I'm calling to find out what the purpose of this was.
Okay, where did it happen?
This happened on...
Okay, just a minute, please. Lieutenant Heiss?
Hello, sir. I'm calling...
Hello?
Hi. You able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. I'm calling because I had a vehicle parked on Walnut Lane that was being inspected by a... I'm calling to find out what the purpose of this was.
Yeah, you had a complaint there because it doesn't have any registration plates on it.
You had a complaint from a citizen?
Yes.
And is that something that's complaint worthy? You can complain because the vehicle doesn't have plates on it?
Sure, you can't be parked in the street when it's not registered and inspected.
So if it doesn't have registration, meaning the plates displayed, or registration taped into the window from a brand new vehicle?
Yeah, your registration that's taped to your window isn't your registration. That was your temporary registration when you bought it in California. You need to register the vehicle, whether you live in California, Pennsylvania.
Do you know when the
Utah.
vehicle was purchased in California?
Yes, I do.
Okay, when was that?
What, are we going to play 50 questions? Because you know when it was, too.
Yes, because I'm calling to find out, number one, why an officer was looking into my vehicle. That seems like harassment.
I told you, it's not harassment. Your car's parked on a public street.
That's right. It's a public street of the United States of America, which is a free country.
Is there anything else that you want? Your car is not legally registered in Pennsylvania. You're driving around with a license
So let me
plate
ask you
on the
this:
front from the dealership, and you're driving around with a license plate on the back from the dealership.
Is it illegal to drive a car that's not registered?
People have complained about your car on the street because it's not every day that somebody sees a car drive around with
The car has not been driving. You said parked.
Got to complain about it, and
Okay.
that's why I
May I ask you another question? Sure. Thank you. May I ask you another question? I do have other questions. I do have other questions. If someone does not live in Pennsylvania, then they don't need Pennsylvania registration, correct?
I told you wherever your car is registered, you live is where you need to have your car registered.
That's right.
You have a temporary registration on your window from when you bought the car, which has a license plate assigned to it. And when you drive around California, people don't have stickers on their front window. They have license plates.
That's right. So let me ask you a question. Have I done anything illegal? Have I done anything illegal?
No.
Okay.
Your car needs to be registered.
Right. So there's nothing illegal. We have no problem here then, correct?
Yes, your car needs to have registration plates.
So we shouldn't see any more officers.
Temporary sticker.
I haven't been driving. You're referring to an issue about a car being parked. You keep saying driving.
Okay. Is there anything else?
So I'm confirming with you that we have no illegality and we have no issue then, correct?
Yes, you do. You need to have your car registered, and you need to have proper registration.
But you just told me that it's registered. You told me that it's registered in California.
No, I told you. Yeah, where's license plate?
Well, you just said no, then you said yes.
532.
Right, so you just told me it's registered, correct?
And you have no plates on it.
You just told me it's registered. So why do you go from asking me to register the car and then telling me that it's registered?
Listen to me.
You just said it was registered, and then you said it wasn't
You're
registered.
going to argue with me. Listen to me. When you have a car, you have to have registration plates on it. When you bought the car at the dealership, they gave you a temporary registration, which you affixed to the front window. That's temporary. That's all it is. You have to have license plates for your car. Your car has a license plate assigned to it, which you are not displaying. You are displaying a temporary sticker.
So am I beyond the number
window.
of days to display those stickers? Am I beyond that number of days? Am I beyond the number of days?
I didn't look at the sticker to see how long you have yet.
Okay, so if
But
you
have,
right, so if you don't know that, and you've also pointed out that I have registration, and you don't know if I'm beyond the number of days to display that sticker, then we have no problem, and there's nothing illegal, correct?
Not until you drive the car.
So once I drive the car, if I'm not beyond the number of days allowed to use the temporary registration, how could we have a problem?
Because you have what I said is when you drive the car, you're going to get pulled over, and somebody's going to check to see why. First of all, you don't have it affixed to the back window, where in Pennsylvania we have to be able to see the registration. Secondly, when somebody just sees a sales tag on the back, certainly they're going to pull you over and check on it, so you're going to get checked.
Yes,
If
but we have nothing illegal.
Then they're fine.
That's right, and that's what you did, right? You guys did a search unnecessarily, Gestapo style, and you found that there's nothing illegal, correct?
Marquett, is there anything else you'd like or not?
I just wanted to find out why in a free country we have this kind of activity. But thank you very much.
See you, Marquett.
If you could sign right there, you're not admitting guilt by signing it, just saying that you're going to take care of it.
If I'm not going to take care of it, do I need to sign it?
If you're not going to take care of it, there's going to be a warrant issued and your license will get suspended.
No, I'm saying, does that have anything to do with signing? Does that have anything to do with signing it? What is the purpose of signing it?
Where your thumb is where you sign it. All you're doing is saying it's a signature bond. It's saying that you're going to take care of it by going to court or sending in your payment. So we're not making you pay for it now. You're just saying that you're going to take care of it.
And if I don't say, you're saying what happens?
I could make you pay for it right now.
You're saying if I don't sign it, you can make me pay for it.
Right, I could take you up to the bonding station and have you pay for it now.
So you're saying if I don't sign it, then you would like to take me down to your courthouse?
Just hand it to me.
No, I'm just trying to figure this out.
I can just put you refuse to sign it. It's not a deal.
Okay.
This is waivable, which means you can send your payment into the court. It's your right to appear in court if you wish. Court date is set for the 4th of March at 10 o'clock a.m. at Erie County Court if you want to go. If you want to send in your payment has to get to the court by the day of the court. If they don't get it by that date, they'll suspend your license, issue a warrant. If you send it in, sign the back right there. This goes with your payments to the court. Address for the court's right there. Phone number's there. It's also written on the back. Give them a call during normal business hours, and they'll be able to advise them on the fine. Do you have any questions?
This past Thanksgiving reminded me of a Thanksgiving I had when I was 7 years old. The whole family was gathered at my grandmother's house, and my favorite uncle was about to arrive. It was probably everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Bill. And we all go downstairs to the living room, and the door opens, and Uncle Bill is in a wheelchair, which was strange because Uncle Bill had never been in a wheelchair before. And I remember looking at him and just being confused because he's covered in all of these bandages. The closest thing I could think of at that age was like he was dressed like a mummy, almost like it was Halloween or something. I didn't yet process that the reason he had his head wrapped in bandages is because his skull had been crushed. And the reason his face was all covered is because it was lacerated and raw. And when they wheeled him into my grandmother's home and I walked up to his wheelchair, I could tell that he was in a fragile state, and I was going to touch his arm, but even as a 7-year-old child, I felt like I might hurt him. And then I was like, "Hey, Uncle Bill, you okay?" And he couldn't even say anything back because his jaw was wired shut. And he was just looking at me out of the one eye that was visible through the bandages, with bloodshot, red, sad eye. And I just remember looking at him, seeing everything that he had been was robbed from him. He couldn't talk. He was a very charming, loquacious, tall, handsome man. All the beauty had been robbed from his face. He couldn't walk, was no longer tall. He just wasn't Uncle Bill, you know. And he was scary. I was scared of him because he was just so beaten up. And eventually, my grandmother told all of the kids, you know, the police did this to Uncle Bill. What happened to Uncle Bill? What happened to Uncle Bill? She said the police did this. And it was confusing because as a child, when you're learning, you learn you want to grow up and be a fireman, be a police officer, be a doctor. These are kind of the professions they familiarize you with in school. But at that point, I didn't want to be a police officer anymore. And I didn't quite understand why they would do that to Uncle Bill, because I only knew Uncle Bill to be my uncle, a great guy, which he was. He was never the same after that. That was the first time I thought twice about the police. And then I started growing into a young man. And my grandmother always told me, don't get your ears pierced. The police will look at you and think a certain thing of you. Don't get tattoos. Keep your hair cut short and clean. Shave your face. Speak clearly. Articulate yourself. Stand up straight. Make eye contact. Don't raise your voice. Be kind and courteous and respectful. Well, I did all of those things. I didn't get any tattoos when my friends were all getting tattoos. I didn't get my ears pierced when all the other black guys were getting their ears pierced. I always spoke in clear, polite English when everyone else was speaking in African American dialect. And still, the police treated me like everyone else. And I've had a lifetime of recurrent issues with the police while having degrees from the Johns Hopkins University and the University of California, Berkeley, undergraduate degrees, advanced degrees from top 20 universities, tons of awards from around the world, started companies, and still lots of problems with the police. I made this video for you, which is a compilation of just some of the times I've had police interactions. And I was watching these videos back and I noticed there's been an evolution of when I started off being very peaceful and nice to the police. And then it evolved into me realizing that this is not going to stop. And, you know, I'm tired of being nice and peaceful. And in fact, I don't think being nice and peaceful is going to get the job done. And me realizing that, gee, my grandmother always told me to treat people the way I want to be treated. And then I thought about how the police treated my Uncle Bill. Crushed his skull. Took the beauty away from his face. Broke his jaw. It was wired shut. He couldn't even talk to his nephew. I think maybe we should treat the police like they treated my Uncle Bill, since you're supposed to treat people the way you want to be treated. There was also this guy named Hammurabi, king of Babylon, a respected man who created a code of justice, and he said, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. It seems as though they owe a lot of teeth and a lot of eyes. Anyways, me, I'm a conservative black guy. Well-spoken, educated, no tattoos, none of that stuff. They treat me like just like every other black guy, right? I'm willing to be gunned down in these streets by the police because you know what? They shoot people who are running away from them in the back. They say when you're nervous, you go into fight or flight. I would much rather catch that bullet not in flight.